Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to do a fun video today instead of the usual like super educational informative videos that I usually do about the game. I wanted to talk about some fan-made legend ideas. I'm always on the subreddit, I'm always on Twitter, just going through all of the ideas that you have, even in the Discord, people who talk in the lore section or if they have ideas for abilities for new legends. I love reading through all of that stuff. So I figured that today I would look at 3 fan-made legend ideas and talk about them and how I think the ideas could be implemented into real legends, or if they should not be implemented into real legends, I guess. But these are from a guy on Reddit with the username the Goliath or at spiral_Joe on Twitter. All 3 of these are from him. He makes amazing artwork and also some great ideas for legends. So let's just jump right into this first one. And this first one is a character named Backdraft, and her tag is Suppression Specialist. Now right off the bat, I love the fact that she looks like a firefighter. I think it would be really cool to have legend skins in the game that are kind of reminiscent of real life stuff. That's why I love Gibby's World War II looking skins so much, where he has the combat helmet and some body armor and all that stuff on. I think that looks great. Aside from just the appearance, let's get into her actual abilities. Now her passive is called Heavy Insulation, and basically it allows her to take reduced damage and be less slowed by grenades and area of effect legend abilities. So basically she would be able to move faster through caustic smoke, or if she were hit with a Gibby or Bangalore ultimate, she could move faster aside from just the grenades. I think that's a really great passive. I find myself personally getting killed a lot just if you're in the area where an arc star goes off, or if you're in the area around caustic gas. Being slowed down in Apex is such a huge disadvantage because it's such a fast-paced, movement-based game. Now let's take a look at her tactical ability, which is the high frequency axe, and it says Backdraft rushes forward a short distance and strikes with her axe, doing heavy damage. Any door hit by the axe strike is immediately destroyed, and enemies behind it take damage and are disoriented. Again, I think this is a pretty good ability, in all honesty. I think it could shake things up a little bit, since right now the only way to get through a door if someone's blocking it on the other side is to kick it down, and that usually either gives them enough time to get a heal off or to back up and be prepared with a gun by the time you break down the door. So I think this could really shake that up a little bit, which would be amazing. Let me know what you guys think about that though, because I think that's one of the more controversial abilities that I'm going to talk about today. But now let's talk about her ultimate ability, which is called Suppression Blast. It says Backdraft fires a blast of suppression gel that creates an area of effect pool that slows down enemies. Direct hits blind and significantly slow enemies, disabling their movement ability. Now I don't really know how I feel about this one. Out of the 3 abilities, this is definitely the one that I'm the most iffy on. Again, I don't really like any parts of Apex that slow down movement. I find them very frustrating, and it is her ultimate ability, so I guess it could work, but as I said previously, I'm just not a big fan of things that slow you down. But we do see this already with Crypto's EMP and Caustic's gas. So it's not really something that's that far out there to suggest as an ultimate ability. But I really want to hear what you guys have to say about that, so let me know down below. Let's also talk about Alpine, which is the icy sharpshooter. Now, as you can see, she's standing there with her arc star leaning up against the Kraber. And something that I didn't mention is that the previous legend would be defense, and that was Backdraft. And this one, Alpine, is an offense character. I love that she has, I'm assuming the number of confirmed kills that she has tattooed into her left arm there, and she's up to 10. Pretty good. Let's talk about her passive though. Alpine has an extended climb height and climb speed, similar to Revenant, except you can hit right click or left trigger while climbing to hang in place. You can look behind yourself but cannot shoot. So this is kind of like a grapple ability that allows you to hang in place. I'm assuming this would be useful either to snipe on your left or your right, just from a mountain or the side of a building or something like that, which I guess could be useful. But I think the most useful part of this would just be escaping enemies. Say if you're the last one left in your squad and you ran outside the building and they were chasing you, you could climb up and hang in place and they would all run past you. So it could be useful. I personally don't really think it's that great of a passive ability, but there are a lot of ways which it could be made viable later on. Her tactical is drop camo, and I absolutely love the idea of this. So it says activate to go prone and cloak temporarily. Your first shot while cloaked is silent but deactivates your cloak. Standing up also deactivates your cloak. I think this is an amazing ability. To have an actual sniper in the game would be super cool. Now that we're getting perks in the game and all of these legends are getting different set abilities and passives that will just come with their character class, I think it would be really cool to add in either new classes or at least new types of legends. And I think starting with a sniper class would be really cool. I love the idea of being able to go prone, and also the idea of the active camo. I think that's really cool. Obviously, it wouldn't be able to make you go completely invisible, as that would be super overpowered. You could just lie down in a field and people would run over the top of you. But as long as it was enough that you blended in with your background a little bit, I think this is a phenomenal ability. But let me know what you guys think about it. Now let's talk about her ultimate ability, which is the Oral Dampener. Oral like ears, not your mouth, you weirdos. Fire a long-range dart that deafens anyone in the temporary area of effect. This affects both friend and foe. Alpine and those within the AoE can see where the area ends. So I'm assuming this will function similarly to what it's like after you get hit with a barrage or Gibby ult, where you're super disoriented and you can't really hear too well. I actually don't think this is that bad of an idea for an ultimate. It would definitely be really obnoxious to play against, but I don't really think it's that bad of an idea. I think just being able to harass players out of a building or out of an area that they're camping in isn't the worst, especially in higher ranked competitive play, since there are so many Watsons and Caustics that just sit in buildings, especially towards endgame. So I actually don't mind this ultimate ability, especially because it seems like she could shoot it on the outside of a building and the people on the inside would be affected by it. So all in all, I actually really like this legend. I don't think she would change anything too crazy as far as the game meta goes, but definitely and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. That's it from me, guys, though. So until tomorrow, take it easy.